Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are tuned in from. Here's another episode of What Now? Motivational Relief for Creatives. Thank you for tuning in. And my guest today is the great Malik Yoba. Let me see if I can pin this comment. Hi, Kim. Yes, there we go. I'm just going to wait until a few people are in. Hope everyone is doing fine. What's up, Rail? Thank you for joining. And hopefully people will come in. It's actually still pretty light outside. There's a boat honking its horn for the past 20 minutes. I don't know if you hear it, Kim, but it's crazy. I don't know what's going on, but maybe he's stuck in front of a bridge or something. How's everybody holding up? I hope everyone is healthy. I am waiting for Malik to join us. We are going to be asking him how he is holding up during this pandemic and what keeps him busy and what the new projects are that he is currently working on. I am suspecting this will be a monologue again for the first few minutes. Oh, you don't hear it? I hear it. Hey, what's up, Lou? Thanks for tuning in. Oh man, it's been honking its horn for so long. I was like, maybe Kim hears it as well. Hey, what's up? Hey, all my friends are joining, so let's see if Malik is ready to go. I have some questions prepared. If you have any questions for him, please put it in the question box. What's up, Rudy? What's up, Shilton? What's up, Black Rockstar in the building? Haven't talked to you in a minute. I'm happy that everybody's joining in. I hope it's not going to be as crazy as Monday. My guest on Monday brought in a lot of trolls with crazy comments. It was insane. It was like over 1,000 people watching, and I just had to ignore all the craziness. So hopefully that will not happen today. Okay, well, let me know how you guys are all doing. Waiting for Malik to join me. Superstars are always late. Again, I have no monologue prepared, so yeah, let me know what's up, where you're from. Tell other people to join. Let me know how you're doing creatively. What's up, Gala in the house? Yay! Haven't talked to him in a while. Lou is alive and well. Please, people, if you are looking for more inspiration and great stories from Goats and Lions, make sure you follow Llewellyn Radford. And he had an amazing talk yesterday with an NFL player, and it was very inspiring. All the talks are very inspiring. So I'm glad everyone is finding their way in this pandemic to motivate others and to push everybody's art and work out there, because that's also one of the things that I am trying to do with these talks. I am doing excellent today. I'm a little bit tired. All these video meetings are wearing me out for some reason. Yeah, it's more exhausting than you think. I'm actually super busy, but I cannot complain. I'm definitely blessed to have work. Thanks, Lou. Lou's the best as well. For those who don't know Lou, I'm going to do a little shameless promo. Lou is a great person, an actor, a writer, motivational speaker. He has a book called Dream on Dreamers. Make sure you get it. Very inspirational as well. And of course, everyone else in here is doing great things. So, Rudy, I saw you have a new podcast going on. I gotta, check that out, because Rudy's doing a lot of stuff that's always pushing the arts as well. Ellis, great to see you in here. Oh my God, Ellis has been doing so much stuff during this pandemic. He's remaking and revamping old school joints, house joints, urban joints, and he's just putting his own flavor on it. Great producer, great singer. Please check out Ellis's work, because I just saw his revamp of what was it? Dance with Me. Was it Dance with Me? Damn, I forgot the damn title. From 112. Great, Rudy. Yep. Please promote yourself out here. This is a safe space where everybody can network and everybody can learn from each other and uplift and support each other. especially now that the whole creative industry is shut down. This is what we need to do for each other, since everything is kind of, on lockdown and nobody knows what to do. Ishi is here. Thank you for joining. Oh, another inspiring person, China Shu. She and her husband help kids actually that need a home. They're actually taking kids in, and young kids that have a hard time and need guidance and help. Oh my gosh, they're so inspirational. Couldn't respect people more for what they're doing, taking other people's difficult teenagers or even young kids in. Yeah, man, let me send dude a message that I'm ready for him to come in here, because I'm just bigging up everybody that's in here, which is also great. But let me see if he's ready. Yeah, DJ Mobile, recently got acquainted with him. Great person, also a supporter of the arts. I'm just so happy that all these creative people are in here and, willing to support each other and learn from each other and network with each other. There we go. Let's see. Okay, now the real talk is going with my monologue. Let's see if this connection will stay. Okay, so all the questions, please make sure you put it in the question box. Hi, Malik.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, you're drinking with it. Okay, good. Had I known.
What now?
Huh?
What now? Alcohol.
What now? Alcohol. You can drink whatever you want.
It's wine o'clock. It's wine o'clock, boo.
It's 9 o'clock over here, so 9 o'clock, 1 o'clock, it's all good.
How are you, love?
I am actually good. I don't like doing monologues, so I was just feeling 7 minutes of bigging up everybody in here, promoting their arts and all the creative people in here. What they're doing is just really amazing. So I was happy that they were here, so I didn't have to talk about myself.
You know what you do like doing, though?
What?
Your hair.
Oh, my hair. Oh,
you
man,
did that hair, girl.
I had to do my hair. The one time I didn't do my hair, I had like 500 viewers because of my guest. And I'm like, okay, let me just get my hair done, because I know you'll probably attract some viewers. So at least my hair looks good. I'm in sweatpants below here, so.
I'm not wearing pants.
Oh, that's also an option. Nobody
Never wear
can
pants
see.
when you do a live.
You don't have to. Not for me,
No,
but now everybody can imagine you sitting there without your pants on.
Uh-oh.
Which makes
No.
you stupid. First of all, thanks for being here. I know a lot of people that I know were very excited about this talk.
Wait. Someone just said, do you have to eat? Ugh. These are blueberries, antioxidants, help boost my immune system.
So yes, you have to eat.
More dignified.
Well, I have to say that blueberries are actually one of the things in my diet that help me for my eye disease. So I have to eat blueberries. Yes.
I go hard. I love blueberries.
Well, then your eyes will be fine. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Well, at least from this illness. But yeah.
I'm so happy that worked out for you, because that was.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That was scary.
It was, and it's funny because you actually saw me at the very beginning of it, because I had the filter lens back then, and and that's before the disease got really bad. But yeah, a whole year of injections in my eye, and
which sounded like the most painful thing in the world when you told me about that.
Well, I never had a baby, so far that was probably it wasn't necessarily the most painful thing, but definitely the most horrible thing. Because you get used to the feeling, I guess, but it's just never fun to get a needle in your eye.
Yeah, it's kind of like eating glass.
Probably, yeah. And then also you have to imagine that I was allergic to the iodine that they use to disinfect. So that was burning the shit out of my eye on top of getting the injections. So I was extra sad.
God is good, baby.
Yes, yes. I'm definitely blessed. I can still see 100% now with correction. I still have my contacts, but I'm okay. I've been okay for 2 years now. So time flies. Yeah. Okay. Well, people didn't come here to hear about my hardships. Yeah. The first thing I want to ask you is, I'm not going to introduce you anymore. If you don't know who Malik Yoba is, go Google it. I'm not even doing it anymore. Great actor, great activist. And so the first thing I want to know is, we've been in this pandemic, on this lockdown for 2 months now. How has that been for you? What has been the biggest impact for you?
There are many. You know, I think just the whole, you know, the fact that we're all kind of feeling some version of the same thing at the very same time.
Yes.
There's few things in our life that do that, like New Year's. Okay, everybody knows it's New Year's. If you're a soccer fan, the World Cup, you know, football fan, Super Bowl, where you have a certain sense of like, we're kind of in this thing together. So there's that. It's on so many levels. Yesterday I woke up feeling crazy. You know, I literally woke up like, yo, I'm bugging the fuck out right now. But you know, I think it's what you do with those moments, you know?
Right.
So but to answer your question specifically, besides like the sort of
weird situation,
yeah, I think the biggest impact is honestly has been taking care of my mom, who has Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And having her stay with me. Fortunately, I'm able to split that time between myself and my sister. So I've talked a lot about that recently, and certainly online, about just the management of a demented individual. You know, watching someone, their cognitive responses just not be there anymore at a level that you knew, because it's been 5 years, but didn't know it was at the level that it's at. So that's probably been the biggest thing. And then that on top of what the fuck is going on in the world, and realizing, you know, working within a new matrix, right? You know, I'm production and results oriented as a person in life, and usually we work towards some kind of goal. And so when the goal post is moving, and you know, you think it, you know, you don't know how to, you know, adjust right away. And it's interesting, you know, watching different people adjust. Like, you know, there's some real creative shit that's happening that I'm seeing from artists who are like making quarantine videos from FaceTimes and, you know, from live footage, and just being really, really creative in the moment. And I'm definitely doing some of that as well. Less on the content online and more like just at my computer and writing.
Absorbing.
Well, no, just writing. Like I literally wrote a synopsis for a new show idea.
Oh, cool.
It hit me yesterday morning. I was like, I need to write this down. But it's crazy because the construct of it is like in our old world, right?
Yeah.
Shit. How would this even work logistically if this was to come to pass?
If this is,
start thinking about stuff like that. Like, okay, well, how do you write something that could be self-contained? And you literally have to think about, if I needed to do this, like, you know, when we open back up, what's the most efficient and effective way to tell stories on film, given new social distancing and the new rules of engagement, that kind of shit.
The new rules and rules of society.
You know, so yeah.
Well, you answered two questions in one, really. But I want to go back to what you said about everybody experiencing the same situation. It is something that in the first week, I came to realize that normally when I look on the TV or on the internet and something happens in the United States, that's like, oh, that's over there. They're bugging. Or people in the United States may not even know what's going on in my country if we have elections or, you know, some type of issue out here. People don't even know about it because they don't report on it. And so for me, the realization that everybody in the whole world, no matter your culture, your country, your society, your whatever, everybody was experiencing the same situation. So talking to people through the phone or on the internet was, we know how you feel. It wasn't on some, oh, I have to listen to what's going on over there and I don't really know what it is. But everybody experiences the same feelings, whether it's frustration, fear, productiveness, or getting in a state of solutions, finding solutions. It was weird for me to realize that every person in the world, except maybe some isolated tribes somewhere, know what's going on and experience the same. So for me, that was a reason to connect to everyone, to put all the differences aside,
Right.
to really connect and support each other in whatever it is that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also one of the reasons why I started this live talk. I saw so many people in despair. My income is gone. The arts is dead. Well, not the arts, but the industry is shut down. How do we motivate each other? And one of the things to motivate and inspire each other is to talk about it and to share how you're dealing with it.
Absolutely.
So thank you for wanting to be part of that.
Well, you know I love you, girl. And honestly, doing lives kind of gives me life.
Same, yeah.
Get to interact with people in a different kind, not just the folks that you might be home with, or if you're solo, the people you're on the phone with, but really having the chance to engage people in deeper parts of themselves publicly that we normally don't. The joy for me in all this, and the silver lining, will always be the manifestation of the hope that many, many people have had for centuries, eons, which is that humanity can see itself in its totality.
Right.
And when I do, I see me. People aren't able to do that, right? The level of empathy isn't always there, where it doesn't matter who you are. I feel your pain. I see you. I see your struggle. I see your humanity. I see your desires, your hopes, your dreams, because I feel those same things too. And as artists, that's what we hope we can do, right? With every performance, everything you write, everything you say or present to the world, you want to show humanity itself to itself.
Yes.
Right. And so you hope that it transfers, but you know, in Kabul yesterday there was a suicide bombing, like I think at a mosque or a church, or you know what I mean? Like people are getting shot for not wearing masks, and you know, there's a rise in stick-up kids, you know, in the hood. You know what I mean? So it's crazy that it doesn't connect with everybody, or it does, and that's what they still choose to do.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
You know? But for me, it's day by day. At the end of the day, I get real deep about it, but on a fundamental level, it's like, wake up today, how do I feel? I was happy to see my friend in Amsterdam today. So I shaved for you. I put cologne on.
Why, thank you. I did my hair.
I put some cologne on. My daughter's like, Dad, you putting cologne on to do a live? I'm like, yeah.
I'll smell it. I'll pretend. You smell good today.
Out. I'm actually, one of the things I've been doing is gardening.
Oh, really? What did you grow so far?
Just repotting plants.
Okay, so you're starting, how do you say that, safe, before you start doing.
Like, I don't have the space like I used to, where I had a whole landscape. I think when you came to New York, you might have seen that deck I had.
I was there once, yeah.
I think you came. I think you saw it. It was pretty magnificent. Now I have a small terrace, but I have some herbs because I've been cooking a lot.
Herbs is easy.
And just some beautiful annuals that I could put out for some color, creating a whole vibe. I just ordered like a whole ivy wall, like 2 walls I'm gonna do.
Oh wow, nice. Yeah.
So I have a whole, you know, situation, little
like
garden.
A vertical garden.
Yeah. So
that's a nice bridge to the next question, talking about, you know, you now having the time to.
No, like I guess you don't have to watch if this disturbs you, but I'm gonna get my antioxidants on.
Right. If it disturbs you, you don't have to be in here. So
together, you're gonna tell me to stop eating?
This is my life. If I tell you to stop eating, you'll stop eating, but not the guests.
You know, I understand.
No,
that's why. You ever notice the way Keanu Reeves chewed gum in Speed? This how it's a real film thing too, because in real life most people don't chew gum like this. But if you watch Speed, he chewed. I
gotta go watch Speed again.
The whole movie. And as an actor, that's one of the things I peep. Like, okay, I see you.
Right.
Sometimes, as an actor, you want to chew gum in the scene, just because it's something you don't really see.
It adds that little.
It's just something you would do in real life, right?
Yeah. It adds the little humanity
right. And I can't
to
tell
the
you
actor.
how many times directors have been like, "Nah, can we lose the gum?" And then you try to reference Keanu Reeves in Speed, or.
So was that part
real
of
subtle with it?
Was that part of the original script, or did he add that?
I have no idea.
Oh, might be a good question to ask him at some point.
But yeah, you're always looking for those little nuancy things that you can layer.
Right.
So this
That's
is
a good tip.
When I I respect you too. Somebody just said they love and respect me. I love and respect you too. That's the only kind of comments I want to hear. The nonsense, I don't really
Right. And if people have questions, please put them in the question box. I see a couple piling up already. We'll get to that in a minute.
So when you see me do this, it means I'm chewing.
It's okay. You don't have to do that. You can chew. It's a free live.
It's blueberries.
Okay. I want to go back to, because I have a whole bunch of things I want to ask you.
How we first met on MySpace?
What?
How we first met on MySpace?
Oh no, yeah, that was MySpace. Well, okay, fine. I'll tell people how we met because it is a funny story.
It's a beautiful story.
For months, my friends were stalking me and telling me to get on this thing called MySpace. I did not want to get on MySpace.
Back in 1902.
Huh? Yeah, back in 10 lifetimes ago. I didn't want to get on there because I was like, I don't have time for this. How do you guys have time to be, scrolling on a page or a website and do nothing?
There was no scroll. Was it scroll? Yeah, I guess there was scrolling.
There was scrolling because you had the comment section and stuff.
Yeah.
And so one day I was actually bored. I got another person sending me this request to get on that website, and I went on there, and the first profile I came across was Malik Yoba.
Wait, I don't know. I didn't know that part of the story.
Yeah, that's the part of the story.
I didn't know it was the first one
actually, it was Eric Benet and then you.
Okay.
Eric Benet never replied to me, but
I can call him right now. He could be like, "Yo."
If you would call him in my life, that would be insane if he would answer the phone. So yeah, so
I'll tell. Yeah, we could probably hook that up so he can talk to you.
Oh my gosh, then I would be, that's bucket list material for me.
What I love about it is I literally did a live last week with Terry Washington, who's his manager.
Oh.
And we were all in Paris together last year, right around this time. Eric was doing some shows over there. And so I hadn't seen him in quite some years, but it was a dope little set.
I love Eric Benet.
Paris. And Terry's dope too.
Did you know that True to Myself was my song, my motto song for years, because that was in the time that I was not doing well. And so I played his song out because that was my motivation.
Music will do that for you.
Oh, yeah. And that's something that I would tell artists because music has helped me through a lot. But back to the story. So I was on MySpace. I saw you, and so what people don't know is when I was in my teens, I used to watch New York Undercover in the evening. I would tape all of the episodes. I still got like 50 million VHS tapes with New York Undercover. And so when I saw him, I was like, let me just type a message. He'll probably never answer. And he actually answered to me, and I told him I was a big fan from Amsterdam. And Malik said, well, if you're ever in New York, let me know. And if I'm in Amsterdam, I'll let you know. That was it. And then I fast forward, I went to New York. I was staying with a friend of mine. It was my last day. My friend went to work and I stayed in the house. And like 15, 20 minutes later, my friend texts me and he says, "Oh, I saw Malik Yoba coming out of the corner store and he walked into the same building down the street." And so I went on MySpace, typed a message to the message.
Stalker.
I was like, "Hey, remember me? I'm actually in New York and I happen to be in your street." So yeah, and then I was like, he'll probably never see the message. What's the chance that somebody actually is on MySpace right now? And I got a message back, "Hey, let's do lunch. Here's my number." And then he came to pick me up with his daughter. She was 6 or 7 at the time. And we went to lunch and I had to get in his car, trying to act not like a crazy fan and just be cool and calm as if this was the most normal thing in the world, sitting in the car with somebody that you've been a fan of for years. So yeah, that was, and we've been friends.
Vibes, man. You know, one thing I do is I trust my vibes. And I never forget just international travel, like going back to the 80s when there was no internet. And if a friend said, "Yo, I visited so-and-so in this country," like they love to have visitors, write them a letter. And I had those experiences where I could write a letter to someone who I'd never met before.
Right.
And some in Africa and the Caribbean, wherever it might have been. And you show up and they don't know you, but they receive you. And that's what, back to your comment about the commonality of us all, right? Is seeing ourselves in other people. Like, I knew if you're a fan, because number one, grace, right? Let me be great and offer some love to this person that's from another country that's showing me love.
Right.
And I know it's going to freak her out if I make myself available. I don't always make myself available. It's a vibe thing. But social media has done that. If I go film in another country, I've been known to like send out a tweet or a message and say, "Yo, I'm in your town. Like, what's up? Where should I go?" And I've got friends that I've met over the years through social media, that people who are incredible, you know.
Oh yeah, I've met some Looney Bins.
And but I do what I can, you know. I do what I can to connect with people. I think it's important, you know. Sometimes like just random acts.
You've definitely been one of the biggest blessings in my life, as a friend, as a person that inspires me and motivates me to do better every day. I can safely say that you've done that for me consistently, and that is something that I'm grateful for. And it gave me hope. It gave me hope in people because, you know, being in an industry where you meet celebrities all the time, or people of a certain status, according to society, it's tough because you don't always meet people that you become friends with. And, you know, it has to be a click, like you say. It has to be the vibes as well. And huh?
No, go ahead, baby. No, finish.
So yeah, so for me, the consistency that you have given me in our friendship is very valuable. I don't necessarily get that from people that I've known here, you know. So for you to keep up with that, despite your busy life and schedule and hectic schedule, that is valuable to me, especially in this industry.
Well, those are the things I value, man. Like, I see my man Scott Sheldon, big guy, who just, you know, similar relationship. He's, you know, he's an amazing human. Of many things he does, one that he does, he's a bartender at a restaurant, one of my favorite restaurants in LA, La Vecchia in Santa Monica. Simple family style, like on Main Street. But same thing, like, you know, I go in, do, you know, we love, like, it doesn't matter, like, it's the same thing. I can meet you at a bar I can meet you on MySpace. I can meet you.
Your connection is going in and out. I'm losing you with the audio a little bit. I don't know if it's just me.
If you feel the humanity,
yeah, see, there's
humanity and see the humanity in people, you connect with that. It's that simple. As a level of do that. And
okay, so hopefully he'll get back in here. Because I think he just lost the connection. So I'm just gonna wait until he gets back in here. There's a lot of, okay, here he goes. There's a lot of questions. Just, I don't want to, spirit of Teddy Riley. I know, right? Let's not pull a Teddy. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I don't know where you are. Yes, I can hear you now. We were all talking about Teddy Riley's spirit being here.
Yo, there has not been a live that I've done where the audio hasn't fucked up after about 20 minutes.
Well, why it has to be mine?
Happens all the time.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't matter, but I know that we only have an hour. But yeah, agree on having to be kind.
Yo,
stuff.
Chuck. Yo, my man Chuck. He said,
here you chopping the food. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, nigga. I'm eating my
motherfucking food. Well, Chuck shouldn't say anything because I know he told me that he was eating a lot too. So while he was,
you gotta eat the right things, antioxidants, man.
Well, he's staying healthy as well. I talked to Chuck 3 weeks ago. So, okay, let me get to what I wanted to talk about. So yeah, you were setting up your little chairs with the herbs and stuff. You know, I already talked to you about this, but I want to bring it back to this conversation. Staying mentally sane, but also staying physically sane, or healthy. You have been cooking. What are your diets during this pandemic? Okay. Are we back? Yes, you were freezing. No audio. Can you go to a spot in your house where it works, please? I don't hear you. I don't hear you. So I think it's his connection. Oh, see, he left. Oh my gosh, this is going to be I'm gonna need more than an hour for this talk because we just all over the place. He needs 5G. Yeah, he definitely is pulling a Teddy on me right now, and he doesn't even have sound people. I'm so mad that this happens. Come on. Yeah, I know, people. We're just gonna, I hope he's moving to a different spot. I was on the phone with him for 4 hours last week and nothing happened. And now we're on a live and this happens. Yes. Okay, here we go. No, I'm just gonna start over after this hour because I'm not losing what we spoke about before. All right.
Still it happens all the time. It happens. You can't take it personally.
I'm not. But I was just saying, how.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about the lives, right? It's like you going along thinking everything is cool and booyaka.
Boom. Yep.
Shit.
But I figured it out. I figured out why it is. There's too many lives going on at this time.
That's the theory I've had at 6 o'clock. We chose 3 o'clock. It's the same bomba clot thing.
Before we got on, I saw 1 million people go live. I'm like, no, people, I gotta go live.
All the same blood clot thing. Yo, it's the same thing though every day. Everybody, motherfuckers are like, this is what we're doing now.
It's fine. Because if we have to stop at 4:00, we're just gonna go back in a new one. Because I'm not gonna just rush through what I want to talk to you about.
You know what I'm doing after this?
What?
Going to the nursery to get some more plants.
Well, okay. So wait. Let's go back to the plants. So I was gonna ask you, what are your eating habits, staying healthy during this lockdown? Because I know you've been cooking.
I generally am a healthy eater.
Right.
But my eating habits have been the food that I cook at least 5 days a week, where I'm making dinner for like myself and my daughter. But I love it. I love cooking. I grew up cooking. It's something that I have not done on a regular basis since my early 20s. Initially, it was like, damn, like, you're not eating out, dude, on a regular basis, or ordering food, or, you know, because a lot of my life is social, right? I'm having dinners and, you know,
you have dinners and lunches and
around just work and meetings and flow.
How old is Dina now?
87.
She's from 87.
No, she's 87 years old.
She acts like she's 87.
Yo, we gonna start doing lives together. Actually, she's a brilliant young lady. I'm really, really proud of her. She's 19. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good year.
She's such a wise human being, and I'd always just say like, yo, the world needs to hear your voice. You know, like I've
seen her do lives. I've seen her on some lives. Yeah.
I see her hear her give advice to her friends.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, that was me at that age for sure, but it's beautiful.
So you want to take credit for that? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, man, just her conscience is. I'm not surprised given the family she's from, because the fruit definitely doesn't fall from the tree. But to see it to hear it articulated the way that it is, yeah. But nah, I'm Chef Yoba. You know, working my seafood dishes.
I saw some shrimp last week.
Yeah, last week, what did I do? I did my Thai basil, garlic, crispy shrimp spice. Yeah, man. It's a simple dish, too.
And then you were telling me, you gave me your recipe for your chicken you were making. No, it was turkey.
Oh, the bootleg Chick-fil-A nuggets?
Oh, was that it? Yeah, you gave me the recipe for your secret.
The secret is marinating them bad boys, chicken tenders, and vinegar and pickle juice.
That was what you said, yeah. The pickle juice.
And then putting confectionery sugar in the powder, which I don't really use sugar. I usually use stevia if I cook with any kind of sweetener. But I do it for that. Yeah.
I want to go to the acting. We were I don't know, we were talking about it, but I know that you know, there were discussions about New York Undercover getting on Netflix or whatever. That can't happen, blah, blah, blah. So how would you feel if I bootlegged mine?
No, we got, yo, Reggie, I see you, homie. What's up? Yo, Reggie, I saw you last week in the Wu-Tang series on Hulu, homie.
Oh, I still got to finish that one.
Yeah, I binged that whole thing one night. Like,
there's too much to watch.
I enjoyed it, though. I enjoyed watching all those young actors work.
Well, there are a couple of young actors in here, so I want to go to the acting. You know, we
did the New York Undercover pilot last year, March, April. You know, it got caught up in Dick Wolf's sale to NBC Universal. His whole library is being sold.
Oh.
I don't. It'd be great to do it. You know, obviously people would love to see that.
Right.
I really enjoyed, you know, 25 years later shooting in the streets of New York as that character. But since that character, I've played law enforcement
JC
15 different times in my career between film and TV. And so it's a trip because that actually kind of typecast me in certain respects as law enforcement. And I've done it as FBI agents, as sheriffs, as private investigators, other detectives, uniformed cops, all kinds of shit. which I'm, it's not a bad way to be typecast considering at the beginning of my career, because of Cool Runnings, like
Right.
the first couple movies I did right after that, it was like, yo, we want you to come and be the tough guy.
Yeah.
And it was a friend of mine who was working at the casting at Law and Order. I went in to play this role of a thug. And she's like, nah, I know you're here for that, but you should read this other part. And she slid me in. And the part was based on Michael Jordan. I was a baseball player whose father gets killed in a gambling situation. And that led to New York Undercover audition.
Right.
Although it was the same casting director who cast me in Cool Runnings, was also working on New York Undercover. So in her mind, she told me, as soon as I read the script for New York Undercover, I saw you and I reached out to your people to bring you in. But I was literally shooting an episode of Law and Order, broke for lunch, went into a room of one of the producers and auditioned for New York Undercover while I was shooting Law and Order. And
wow.
He is, God bless the dead, Andre Harrell, who
I was
passed.
going to say that, yeah.
Yeah, Andre passed, but I remember standing outside of the producer's door, waiting to go audition, and they're talking about the actors that are coming in. And I remember Andre saying, yeah, Malik Yoba was the low man on the totem pole. I don't remember anything else about that conversation other than hearing Andre say that. But that was one of the roles for me, having grown up in New York, born in the South Bronx, raised in Harlem. I see a lot of guys come through supposed to represent New York on film and in television.
Yeah.
And there was a part of me that was like, I never saw that shit done right, because I'm from New York.
I
remember going there like, I got this shit. Like, this is my shit. Like, this is New York. We're in Harlem.
Well, you had it. You had it, and I wasn't from New York.
Yeah.
So
just brought a certain authenticity to it that I was proud to represent.
And you should be. Me being a girl from I'm originally from Amsterdam, but I grew up outside of Amsterdam in a different city, where I was watching New York Undercover on the TV, on regular TV channel that we had late night. And one of the reasons why I watched the show was the music, because back then the actual hip hop, soul, R&B from that time, the whole Uptown was not commercial out here. You did not hear that on the radio.
It wasn't really even commercial in America.
Can you imagine how rare it is here? We couldn't find it. There were special record stores that had import albums that I had to go to buy those things.
That's also part of the reason why when you and I first met, I was wanting to meet you, because for me, when you do a show like that, it's different now, but in the 90s, and in some ways not that different, but there was always talk about how our stories don't translate internationally.
Right.
And anytime I had a chance to meet fans that were from other countries, I was down to meet them, because I'm like, yo, I know people are digging what we're doing because I'm traveling the world and people are telling me.
Right.
And that's always been one of the biggest disconnects as an actor, is when executives try to tell you where you're resonating with folks, and you're like, yo, what are you talking about? I've got the love in Asia and fucking Africa and the Caribbean and Europe. Great to hear those stories of people who that they were somewhere 8,000 miles away from you, but they still were digging what you were doing.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. I was looking forward to the little part in the jazz club with the performance, and then I would one of the reasons why I taped it is so I could look back and I could, if I didn't know the artist, I could write down, because it was always special music guest star, and I have all the albums, all the soundtracks. Um, there you go. Are you boot off some other lives? Because yeah. Anyway, Reggie, let me know why you wanted to ask that question. I was curious to see why he asked that. Okay, let's hope he comes back. There he goes. Let's get him back in here. Yeah, it was a great platform to hear the music. Yes. There you go again. It's fine. I don't know if you said you had to go get your plants after this, but I really don't want to rush everything. So if you can stay a little longer after this.
Listen, where the fuck am I going? I'm just going to
get your plants. I don't know.
I'm buying some new tools to install my ivy walls when they come on Friday. And yeah, I'm into this shit. You know what's cool though? My father he had a green thumb. We had over 100 plants in the house. So
wow. Well, when you're done, I want to see. You need to film it for me, or I'm going to call you, and you're going to have to show it to me.
I'll show you. Yeah, it's a little personal, little space. You know.
I'm going to go to these questions because they're piling up in here. Let me see. Okay, so first of all, I have to tell you, because I see these questions, I have to tell you that because of you, I'm into a whole bunch of shows on TV that I've only started watching because of you.
Even I got good taste. I got good taste, right?
Yeah, well, even if you got killed off, I got to stay in the story.
Oh, you mean shows that I'm in? Not
that you were in?
Shows, gotcha.
Shows that you played in, and then they got rid of you, but I'm still in the show.
Yo, since 2008, it's been like a theme. Like before 2008, from 93 to 2008, never got killed off of shit. From 2008,
I know.
Starting with the CSI Miami episode. I like my fucking characters been dying left and right. And I think you said
that you never got killed the same way twice. Is that correct?
Which one?
Okay, your connection is really terrible, or our connection, or this Instagram live connection. Okay, I see you. You're moving. Okay, he left again. Yes, designated survivor. He got killed off in that one too. I'm sorry, spoilers for people that haven't seen it. For people that are putting questions in the comments, please put your questions in the question box below, because everybody else is in there, and I want to go by those questions first, because people have been waiting for their questions to Rudy is hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Somebody wrote Wi-Fi has COVID.
Yeah, that's Rudy. That's my girl Rudy. So yeah, she says your Wi-Fi has COVID. She's a clown.
That's fucking hilarious.
Okay, so I'm gonna just go through these questions because they're piling up. So here's a question from Shilton, who's an aspiring actor. What's the first project you will be working on when the lockdown is over?
Well, I was literally about to go shoot 2 projects in Atlanta, literally like the 23rd of March. And I'm not sure, man. The producers, I talked to the producer last week, they're like, yo, we still gonna go with it. So I'm not sure. Hopefully it's that. I don't know. I have no idea what a film set's gonna look like. Right.
Because they are opening up already a little bit, some of the studios. But we all don't know. Here's another question. Can you both say hi to me? Hi. Loving my hubby. Well, hi, loving my hubby. Here's a shout out. How many places have you visited in Africa? Okay, there goes the question. Can you see it as well? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Maybe we should do a do-over on this talk. He's not going anywhere, but we're just gonna keep doing this after 10 as well. I don't want to get out of here and get back in here, but in 9 minutes we're gonna have to do that. Thanks everybody for sticking with us with this crazy connection. But it is what it is. I'm so upset that this always happens with the best talks. Maybe I need to pick a different time or day. I don't know what he's doing now, but we'll go through all the questions. There we go. All right. Yep. Thanks, Chuck. I appreciate you tuning in as well. And if people have to go, this will be up on my Instagram, my IGTV. Yes. Oh, there you go. Yes.
And backlighting is never a good thing, but
that's okay. We can still see you. I have backlighting. Did you see the last question?
Africa.
Yes.
I've been to Ethiopia and to South Africa twice each.
Okay, cool.
But I've been invited to Nigeria like 500 times, which I haven't had a chance to get to, and Ghana.
Yes, Ghana is great. I've been there.
I'd love to go all over the continent. It's usually just a matter of time and schedules. And in fact, right before this happened, I was meeting with a Nollywood producer, and we were developing a film to do together, a Nigerian film,
right?
Nollywood film. So we'll see what happens with that after.
If you go to Nigeria, I have a really good friend who just set up a bunch of hotels there. I can put you up, promote his hotel. It's a really nice hotel too, so I have to go there.
Doesn't that sound good? Back in the old world where we can go to hotels and feel
I know. I might join you in Nigeria because I got to see the hotel as well.
All right, that'd be cool.
Yeah, he actually put me and my friends up in a hotel in Ghana as well, which was great. It was really good. Let me see. More questions. Well, the usual. Do you have any new TV or movie projects coming out this year or next year?
Yeah, I mean, you know, supposedly.
Yeah, exactly.
Supposedly, like, I don't know, man. I'm like, honestly, like film and TV. So I'm producing a couple of things that are in motion. So the things I can speak somewhat about, there's a docu-series that I'm actively producing. We're actively doing interviews with people on Skype and recording them, and we're working on our sizzle reel so we can pitch that. I can speak more to that kind of stuff because I can actually be active during this time of getting ideas out. I literally just wrote a synopsis for a new series last night that I'm gonna keep developing during this time.
Right.
Something to pitch. My brother wrote something that's dope that we're gonna be pitching to Hulu. There's a friend of ours who's an actor on a show on Hulu that's very popular, and so that's the first place we're gonna go with that one. So on a producing tip, I've been editing a film I directed on real estate development in New York. It's a documentary, which was intended to just kind of pull the veil back on how cities are built, particularly this city, New York, and why people of color don't really have equity.
Right.
The city that we live in that's changing and being gentrified, and how people can participate in that piece of the game, which I've been involved in real estate development for the last almost 15 years or so. And that's something I'm very passionate about. Not just development, but I'm passionate about architecture and design, and because to me, it's all telling a story.
Yeah.
So space, you know, building, you know, the built environment, it all communicates something. And so storytelling to me happens in many, many different ways.
Right.
It's always about film and TV.
Well, I'm not a fan of Hulu because we can't get Hulu over here, but I'll get it at some point. I mean,
got
the show. I hate when stuff comes out on Hulu because I'm already happy we finally got Netflix, which still isn't the same Netflix as in the US. But I'll see your shows one way or another. I always find a way.
Yeah. So, you know, I pitched a show last week to Quibi, which is the new streaming service for mobile, short form that Jeffrey Katzenberg started. So I'm actively like working on that kind of stuff.
Right.
I miss acting though. I miss being on set. I miss like bringing characters to life. I miss all that shit.
Yeah.
Watching a ton of stuff, and I'm looking at actors like, damn, I miss this shit.
You'll get back to it. You'll get back to it.
Yeah.
So again, there are a few aspiring actors or active actors that are in the beginning stages of their career. What is some of the advice that you can give to them that they can work on while we're, you know?
Well, while you wait and keep creating, man, don't ever just aspire to be an actor. You know,
right.
Be a writer, be a director, be a producer. Learn how to raise finance, marketing, like be a business person.
Learn the business, yeah.
Understand you're an entrepreneur. It's a different mindset. So even when you go into an audition and you know you're working on your own dreams and you're pushing your own product or service or whatever it is, you have a different energy to you, right?
Yeah.
Be committed to what you're doing, right? Like as the actor, like go in, balls to the walls, do it, you know, but at the same time, the idea of someone else having your destiny in your hands, in their hands, to me has never been a comfortable place to be.
Right.
So I've always been like bifurcated in that sense. I'm grateful for all the work that I've been able to do over the last almost 30 years. Actually, it's 31 years since I did my first movie in 1980.
Oh, wow, yeah. You're so old.
I come. So there's that, you know, is you know, we live in a world. Look at Issa Rae. I mean, there's so many people. Look at Donald Glover. You know, so many people are able to have been able to create their own path. 50 Cent.
Oh, I love her. I love her so much. The new season of Insecure is amazing. Like, I really love
that's really it, man. Like, while you wait and keep creating.
Yes.
Build your own generator so when they turn off the power, you still have lights. Any tips for being more engaging on camera when speaking? Yes. Don't think about the camera. Like, the camera is just a big ass technical eyeball.
Right.
And there's a person on the other side of it. So don't think about the camera. Like, be authentic. Connect with who you are as a person and just be truthful and honest. And the camera will pick that up.
I mean, and in a way, I have to do the same thing as a journalist.
Right.
I've done on stage interviews, but also on camera interviews. Last week, I did a live cast for more than 40 countries, and I can't think of the camera. I got to think of what I have to say. And
yeah, man, you just got to stay present. Like right now, present. I'm gonna go away for a second to answer a question. Somebody asked about a comedy film.
But you can't just skip all the other people that followed the rules and put it in the question box. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, really? All right, this is your live. Tell me.
No, go ahead. What about
see
comedy
how I take
film?
direction? See that? That's one thing for actors. They should see that. See how I took direction from Pay? I'd rather have, even though I have my own agenda. No, comedy films. The funniest shit that I have is my show, Harlem to Hollywood.
Wait, we got to go back. I'm going to cut you off. We're going to go back. Live is